Hi guys, it's Sal Galvin. I'm wanting to get in today. I'm just on my way home now and I've pulled over to have a chat to you guys and talk to you about the importance of lifelong learning. I'll just turn the aircon down a little bit actually so you can hear me. The importance of lifelong learning. I am on my way home from a Maggie Dent seminar this morning. I was in Perth all morning this morning. The writing school's going gangbusters. I've got stuff happening with all my other businesses, but I took time out this morning to train and learn more about something that Maggie Dent is so incredibly good at, and that is parenting. So my passion for creating grounded, resilient, well-adjusted children, not only with my own children, but with, all children, to do with mindfulness and mind fitness. I have learnt, one thing that I have learnt is that I am proud and committed to becoming a lifelong learner, because the more you learn, the more you realize you actually don't know anything at all, and things change. Okay, so Maggie Dent is a specialist in parenting grounded, resilient, well-adjusted children, and she teaches all over Australia the importance. If any of you guys have been to a Maggie Dent seminar or bought one of her books, if you haven't, do it. Hop onto her podcast. She's absolutely amazing, this woman. She has raised 4 gorgeous boys herself. She's now a grandmother, and she grew up in just out of Perth. Hi Lisa, how you doing? Have you been to a Maggie Dent seminar? If you have, give me a thumbs up. And I don't know any parents that have been and not been impressed or not come away with something. So one of my big takeaways, I've got some great stuff I'm wanting to share with you guys over the next little while, but one of my big takeaways is this. Hi Jane, how you doing? Yeah, she's absolutely amazing, isn't she? Maggie is the bomb. The main takeaway I took from this is what our children need is the same as what we needed when we were kids and our parents needed when they were kids. Nothing's changed. What our children need has not changed. But what has changed is the environment and the society that we live in now has become, yeah, love Maggie, absolutely, has become so fast-paced to do with technology that we need to change and pivot and stay on the edge within our learning of how to parent best in this situation. Because even little tots, all the way up to our teenagers, devices, we're not going to live in a vacuum, right? Children are living and growing and being raised in the technology age. But it's how we parent this that is so important, because technology can be an incredible resource, but it can also be incredibly dangerous. And the things that you can't just completely cancel technology out of your children's lives. That's just not feasible in this day and age, because, well, we all use technology like you're using it right now listening to me. But like Maggie was using technology, giving the presentation, it's not going to be ever, you cannot live in a vacuum. But we need to really tweak and parent technology savvy. And she's teamed up with a doctor now who has written a book, and I'll actually pop the link below. But what our children's needs have not changed, but our world is ever changing. And we need to make sure we parent. So one of the main takeaways for me was device-free time and device-free areas within your homes. And be very, very aware of how much and how long your children are on handheld devices, because it's changing posture, it's changing eye development, it's changing. We're going to end up, if it goes untapped, research has proven we're going to end up with deaf and blind children. Like, how bad is that? Technology is hindering the development of our children with necks, huge neck problems and underdeveloped arms and heart and muscle, and these are just the physical things, let alone the psychological problems. So children that can't interact because they're used to interacting only through devices. So my main takeaway here for this today in this one thing is that you never stop learning. And the second one is, if you are passionate about your parenting, which I am, and if you're passionate about creating grounded, resilient, well-adjusted children, you need to be really aware of your devices and how often your children are on them and where they're on them. Anyway, that's my little rant. I couldn't help it. I just pulled over and said, right, I need to get in and speak because Maggie Dent is one of my heroes. I love what she says. I love her common sense parenting. And like, you never stop learning. Never ever feel you've arrived. Hi Glenn, how you doing? Never ever feel you've arrived. Parenting is one of the most important things that I believe, you know, we are blessed to have our children. Hi Ben, how you doing? Maggie Dent, I've just been to a Maggie Dent seminar. If you've been there and if you've only just hopped on to watch, if you guys have ever heard of Maggie Dent, or if you have ever read one of her books, done one of her workshops, listened to a podcast, give us a thumbs up. I love what Maggie Dent does. So the two takeaways are, the first one is you never stop learning. In life, be committed to becoming a lifelong learner in whatever you're passionate about, and I'm passionate about children. And well, within that children realm, like within that category, devices, you know, like we really need to be aware of how often our children are on these things, because it's so bloody important. And I shouldn't be swearing because Facebook hates it, but you know, like I'm passionate about it. We really need to. We can't live in a vacuum. Our children need to have devices. We live in a technological world. Yeah, parenting is the most important thing, and it's top of my list. Well, Jane, they're just so lucky to have you. Hi, Luce, how you doing? So, yeah, device-free time, device-free areas, because if we're on our devices all the time, then, you know, and lead by example. Just lead by example with your kids, you know, like, just don't be on those things all the time. So I'm actually going to get off mine, and then I'm going to go home and spend the afternoon with my wonderful boys and my gorgeous husband. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Lifelong learners and device-free time. I reckon they're two key takeaways. And if you've ever heard of Maggie Dent, or you've not heard of Maggie Dent, check her out. She's bloody amazing. There, I swore again. Whoops. Thanks for watching, guys. Ciao for now.